And then you never know. I mean, I continue to hear stories.
Good morning. Welcome to the Sunday morning worship service of the DuPage Unitarian Universalist Church, and we are in Naperville, Illinois. I am Caroline Bailey, a member of your Board of Trustees, and we are glad you are here, whether you are present in our parking lot this morning. And I don't know, is anybody watching remotely today or not?
There will be.
There will be, okay. It's so good to be together. We welcome you to our church and invite you to get to know us better after the service. As Unitarian Universalists, we hold that there are many paths to truth and meaning, and we support one another on our spiritual and religious journeys while holding ourselves in covenant. The rich liberal legacy of Unitarian Universalism is rooted in our faith's 7 principles. These principles guide our faithful actions as we work to transform the world to be more just, more equitable. You will find these principles listed on our website or on the wall in our social hall. Whoever you are, wherever you are on life's journey, wherever you are in the world, you are welcome here. And I have an announcement calling all super bakers, super party makers, super goods and services submitters, jams and butters and breads, daytime walks, and evening dinners, games for all ages, contests, puzzles, tickets to plays, cottage getaways and bike trail exploration. Even superheroes need some relaxation. So find your auction niche to bid or present, host, or partake. Auction 2023 with the theme of superheroes is a powerful way to engage and connect. Find a friendly resident superhero. Well, it says here in Creeves Hall. Do we have anyone that's selling those tickets today? Yes? Okay, right here. Superhero. See Lindsay for tickets, ideas, and answers to questions. Or, of course, check out the information and links Auction 2023 in the top navigation bar on the church website. If you're online, we invite you to greet one another through the chat. And if you are with us today, I invite you to turn to someone you did not come with and greet them with a wave or a good morning greeting.
Morning. Morning. My name is Kristen. Kristen, nice to meet you. Lauren. And I met them earlier. Yeah. So I said, I'm going to go sit down. There you go. I know, we have no name. Well, and there are so many parents of our church. There have been this many
We light this chalice today for our 7th Unitarian Universalist principle. We believe in the respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. Good morning, everyone. Welcome, furry, feathered, and scaled friends. Welcome to 2, 4, and 6-legged, and maybe even some 8-legged, winged and finned friends. Welcome to our human animal friends as well. We gather today for the joy we have in relationship with all creation. We gather to honor the companionship of our annual animal companions and the beauty of our wild friends. Come, let us worship together.
Please rise as you're willing and able, and join in All God's Creatures Got a Place in the Choir. Some just clap their hands or pause for anything
Thank you for indulging me in a few fun little medleys. Our vision of beloved community is rooted in the relationships we have with each other, our world, and creation. Each week we share our joys and concerns. Our flowers today were given by Cheryl Hines and Rob Mirabali in celebration of their sons Ben and Doug's 15th birthday today. Happy birthday to the Mirabalis. Tomorrow, September 25th, Ariel and Kate Steffens, along with their 3 boys, Easton, Lucas, and Sawyer, celebrate their first wedding anniversary. The rainbow that follows the storm. Remember, we can do hard things, especially when we do them together. Today, tomorrow, and always, may love win indeed. Blessings to you on your first anniversary. Scott Trombley Freitag shares that his sister Lisa Freitag Neesmith passed away suddenly on her farm in rural Michigan on Friday at 61 years old. Thoughts for her daughters Ashley and Laura are appreciated. Scott, to you and your family, may you all know that you are surrounded with love by this community. Whether our cares are spoken aloud or whether they are held in our heart, our community cares for one another. May we hold each other in love through our joys and our sorrows. I would also like to share that today, or this weekend, is Yom Kippur. And we'll be talking more actually about Yom Kippur next week, but it is one of our our Jewish friends' holidays, a holiday that many of those in our congregation actually celebrate. A special holiday that is pretty unique amongst holidays around forgiveness. So we wish those who are celebrating much love. Our prayer today is from Gary Kowalski. We give thanks for the animals who live close to nature, who remind us of the sanctities of birth and death, who do not trouble their lives with worry or grief, who let each moment go as it passes, and accept new ones as they come with sincerity and grace. Enable us to walk in beauty as our animal friends do, at one with the turning seasons, welcoming the sunrise and at peace with sunset. And as we hallow the memory of good friends now departed, who loved abundantly and in their time were loved, who freely gave us their affection and loyalty, let us not be anxious for tomorrow, but ask only that kindness and gratitude fill our hearts day by day into the passing years. May it be so.
It is time to gather. The blessing of animals dates back 800 years to the life of St. Francis of Assisi. Born in Assisi, Italy, his early life was one of luxury since his father was a rich merchant. But when war broke out between Assisi and Perugia in 1202, young Francis joined his countrymen's cavalry. He was wounded and captured by the enemy in one of the battles and held in prison for over a year until his father paid the heavy ransom required to release him. He returned home a changed man, no longer interested in his former lifestyle. He instead began focusing on God, spending much time in an old Byzantine church and a remote mountain hideaway, praying and looking for answers to life's profound questions. Ultimately, he believed that he heard the voice of God telling him to live a life of extreme poverty and to rebuild the church. So St. Francis first blessed animals early in his ministry, sometime between 1210 and 1215. And the story goes that he was wandering around outdoors one warm afternoon, full of self-doubt, when he noticed a flock of birds in his path. And he immediately felt the need to first talk to them, calling them his brothers and sisters, as though they were his equals, and then preached to them about God's glories and the reasons why men and animals should be grateful for these blessings. One might say that this was also the beginning of the environmental movement, since Francis recognized that human beings are interconnected to all of creation. So there are many stories about Brother Francis and his interaction with animals. One day, Francis met a fisherman who had just caught a fish. He asked the fisherman to give him the fish, and the fisherman did. And then Francis addressed Brother Fish with love and concern, saying, "Be more careful and try not to get caught again." And then he gently put the fish back in the water, and the fish swam away. One sunny summer day, Brother Francis was walking in the woods, and he heard a sad sound coming from among the trees. He followed the sound and found a small rabbit whose foot was caught in a trap. And Francis knelt next to the frightened bunny and gently released her leg from the awful trap. He held Sister Rabbit in his hands and told her that she must be more careful. And when he was finished talking to Sister Rabbit, he laid her on the ground, but she jumped right back into his arms. So then Francis walked deeper into the woods, set her down again, and she hopped away. A few years later, in 1223, St. Francis also was responsible for the first outdoor Christmas nativity, featuring live animals. He took a borrowed donkey, a wax statue of a baby Jesus, a trough of straw, and volunteer humans to portray Mary and Joseph in a cave. And there he created a living, breathing nativity scene that all the locals could easily understand without being able to read the Christmas story in the Bible. At the age of 44, Francis died in Assisi on October 4th, 1226. Pope Gregory IX canonized him as a saint less than 2 years later. He was later designated as the patron saint of animals due to his great love for them during his lifetime. His little band of followers long since grew and evolved into the Order of St. Francis, also known as the Franciscans, whose monks, friars, and priests minister to the poor around the world. When elected to the papacy, the current pope took the name of Francis in honor of St. Francis of Assisi. But today, St. Francis of Assisi belongs to the world, not just Catholics and Christians. His statue can be found in many public and private gardens, usually surrounded by animals and with a bird lighting on one of his hands. The Humane Society of the United States devotes a full page to St. Francis on its website, and many ecologists and activists view him as the originator of what now has become the worldwide environmental movement. We will now sing hymn number 203, All Creatures of Earth and Sky, verses 1 and 3. Giving of our treasure is how we reciprocate the many gifts we are given by this community. Your contribution supports the programs and operations of DuPage Church. Giving is also how we live our lives and live our values in the world. Each month, we share our offerings with an organization nominated by the congregation and selected by the special offering team. During September, our special offering will benefit the Alive Center of Naperville, nominated by DUC member Dean Rushke, who is a founding member. Their mission is to be a team-led, team-driven center focused on empowering the youth of today to become the impassioned, resilient leaders of tomorrow. As a nonprofit organization, they offer free drop-in hours after school and over the summer, as well as a myriad of programs, classes, and events designated to build confident and resilient teams. For more information about the Alive Center, visit their website at alivecenter.org. The morning's offering is given and received in a spirit of generosity and gratitude.
To our animal blessing. We take this time to give thanks and bless our companions in life, cats and dogs, birds and chickens, turtles and fish, and so many more. This ceremony also acknowledges that our lives are made fuller and richer by the creatures that inhabit the earth with us, not just those that live with us. Animal blessings originate out of the Catholic tradition, as Steve shared. However, many Unitarian Universalist congregations have adopted this practice and have made it uniquely a UU type of blessing. Our seventh principle states that we are part of an interconnected web of existence. Today, we recognize this connectedness. A blessing is a wish of gratitude or happiness. It is for this purpose that we come together today, to acknowledge how our lives have been blessed by our animal friends, and to express our happiness and gratitude that they make this so. This includes those of our animal friends that have gone before us. We bless their memory too. We are also blessed by the wild animals that are part of our interconnected web. For many of us, especially those of us who do not have pets, wild creatures become a special sort of blessing in our lives, reminding us of all of life's beauty and bounty. Steve and I will share with each family a blessing of your pet or pets, or for those of you without, a blessing of the wild things that keep us all company, reminding us of our interconnectedness. I know some of you have your pets here, but if you don't and you have a pet, pull up a picture. We will bless through the many ways that we are connected for webs. thanks for our animals and their families. We give thanks for the animals all around us, seen or unseen, that bring us joy. We are reminded that what we do matters to our non-human relatives, for we rely on them as a vital part of the web of creation. I close with words by Maureen Killeran. For the blessing of animal companions, we give thanks. For the beautiful ones whose fur is silky and whose tails are long, whose feathers are brilliant or whose voices are splendid, we give thanks. For the frantic ones, the runts and the hungry, who run for a food bowl or a pat as though this is life's last possible gift, we give thanks. For the obnoxious ones, the heads that butt against us as we're trying to sleep, the bodies that refuse to learn discretion as they make digestive gifts, we give thanks. For those who bark and purr and growl and mew, for all who squeak or squawk or snarl or hiss, we give thanks. For the animals unknown to us, those whose niche in life's web is fragile, those whose lives are insecure, for all who care for them and wish them well, we give thanks. Blessed are the animals. Blessed are the creatures who live with us and need our care. Blessed are the mammals and reptiles and the birds who teach us we are not alone. Blessed are all living things from whom we learn to love. May it be so. Please rise in body or spirit to sing our final song. all the creatures, great and small, tame or wild, hairy or scaly, we give thanks. May their presence in our lives enrich our joy, keep us humble, and fill us with gratitude for creation. Please join me in our chalice extinguishing words, which you should be able to find in your order of service. We extinguish the light of this chalice, but not the light in our hearts. May we meet again. Until we meet again, may the warmth of our community carry you.